All right, so we can see on this play here, we got Miami Heat's Davion Mitchell bringing the ball up on Keon Ellis. We can see Keon Ellis does a really good job of defending this. Kind of pulls the chair a little bit. Davion Mitchell gets off balance from Keon Ellis, kind of pulling the chair on him, which is a very good defensive move. Keon Ellis, one of the best guard defenders in the NBA, pokes the ball out. Jared Allen gets the ball, passes it to Max Strus. Max Strus passes it back to Keon Ellis, and then now the Cavs are running in transition, and then we see Bam Adebayo has to play up on Keon Ellis because no one's guarding him. And then this player here has to guard Sam Merrill. And then Jared Allen is being guarded by, I think this is normal power right here. I really can't tell. But because of that, the Cavs have the advantage right here because this player right here is guarding. I think there's a player in the backcourt for the Cavs right here. So Max Strus has a straight line drive to the basket. Keon Ellis passes the ball to him. One dribble and gets the layup. Thought that was a very good transition to defensive transition play from the Cavaliers. And then on this play here, we got another good defensive transition play right here. We see Tyler Hero has the ball. He's going to drive on Max Strus. Kind of gets behind him, and Max Strus is still on his side right here. And then Jared Allen does a good job of contesting that. And after he contests the shot, gets the rebound, passes it to James Harden, who's one of the best transition passers in the NBA. And the Cavs are moving in transition right here. And then the defense, Bam had to play up on James Harden. And then Jared Allen is right here. I don't know how they ended up in this situation. Like, which Miami Heat player is still... I think Tyler Hero is still in the backcourt. Yeah, Tyler Hero is still in the backcourt. So James Harden brings the ball up the court. So now they have an advantage right here. And then you can see right here. Bam is going to have to play up on James Harden. And Andrew Wiggins is guarding Max Strus because Max Strus he had 8 threes this game, so he was on fire this game. So Bam had to play up, and Tyler Hero's still in the backcourt. So that means James Harden read the defense pretty well because Jared Allen is going to be wide open. Bounce pass between the legs of Bam, and Jared Allen gets the dunk. All right, and we can see right here there's a little bit of a defensive breakdown from the Cavaliers right here. See, we got Davion Mitchell on James Harden right here. And then we see Max Strus is coming up to set the screen right here. And then Davion Mitchell just kind of looks at James Harden and doesn't really anticipate the screen. Tyler Hero should be calling this out to Davion Mitchell, but it looks like he doesn't. He should be calling out the screen. So then we have kind of the switch right here. But Tyler Hero, I don't even know what he's doing. He's setting himself in a defensive stance right here, but he's looking over here. Defense is kind of lost right here. And then we see James is going to drive right. I don't know what Tyler Hero is doing on defense here. This is some of the worst defense I've ever seen. I don't know what Tyler Hero is doing right here. Tyler Hero should be guarding James Harden right here. They should have switched this. As much as that's the thing though about defense, you got to be confident in your defense. Like even though Tyler Hero is not a good defender, they should have switched this. Tyler Hero is looking to go back to Max Strus and hoping Davion Mitchell will cut back to James Harden, but that's not going to happen. They're too slow. It's too slow to start. It's too slow to get back to that position. And Max Strus is also setting a very good screen. So James Harden is wide open. And James Harden's one of the best three-point shooters of all time, so he's wide open for a three. Terrible defense from the Heat, but very good offense from the Cavs and Max Strus setting that very hard screen. James Harden reading the defense pretty well. All right, next play right here, we got James Harden dribbling the ball on Tyler Hero. Tyler Hero plays up a little bit too hard on James Harden right here. James Harden sizing him up right here. Couple between the leg dribbles, and then now they're sending multiple defenders, which is going to... The Cavs have too good of an offense to be doing this. Like, the Cavs have so many offensive weapons, you know what I mean, that this just doesn't make sense to do. So, but they're sending Davion and Tyler Hero at James Harden, which is going to lead to an opening somewhere. James Harden dribbles, and there's 3 defenders on James Harden right now. They're trying to guard James Harden, so they're good. And James Harden's one of the best passers in the NBA, so it doesn't make sense. James Harden swings the ball to the corner for Max Strus because look at how much attention James is getting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Heat defenders are on. He could have swung it to Donovan Mitchell out here, but Max Strus was on fire this game. Had 8 threes, like I said. So James Harden passes it to Max Strus, and Max Strus has a wide open 3-pointer. All right, we can see with this play here, Max Strus passes the ball to Evan Mobley. And then the offense is being set now. Sam Merrill's in movement, trying to set a screen for James Harden. James Harden comes off of this screen, and he's going to get another screen from Evan Mobley right here. And then Norman Powell gets caught on that screen, does a bad job of fighting through that screen. So now Bam has to play up on James Harden, so he just doesn't get to the rack. And then that means Norman Powell has to follow onto Evan Mobley, or they could have Davion Mitchell step up on Evan Mobley and Norman Powell switch on the Sam Merrill. But it doesn't happen. James Harden is going to the basket with Norman Powell on his hip, and then Bam Adebayo reaches in and tries to play up on that, which gives James Harden enough time to throw the lob to Evan Mobley. And then James Harden, because Norman Powell and Bam Adebayo are guarding him, the gravity of James Harden's drives with going to his left leaves Evan Mobley wide open underneath the basket for a lob. All right, in this possession here, we see James Harden bringing the ball up the court. Defense is trying to be set, and then James Harden's going to get a screen from Thomas Bryant right here. And same thing is going to happen again, basically. Norman Powell's on his hip, kind of behind him, and then Bam Adebayo has to play up right here, which is going to leave the defense at a disadvantage right here. James Harden dribbles the ball, got Norman Powell behind him right here. And then Davion Mitchell, if we look back at this right here, see James Harden again dribbling the ball up, gets a screen from Thomas Bryant. And we can see right here, this is kind of the disadvantage right here, to where, like, because Norman Powell's on his hip, Davion Mitchell thinks he has to play up onto James Harden right here. And then because he doesn't want, Davion doesn't want Bam to switch on to James Harden and leave Thomas Bryant open. So with that happening, Davion Mitchell is going to overplay this, and they're basically doubling him, which leaves Max Strus wide open. And Max Strus is one of the best three-point shooters in the NBA, has a wide open jump shot for Max Strus. I wanted to make this video and kind of highlight how James Harden makes the Cavaliers offense so much more dynamic than when it was with Darius Garland. No offense to Darius Garland, he's doing some good work with the Clippers right now. But James Harden is such a better, more prolific scorer, and his gravity of his scoring and his passing allows him to do things like that and allows the Cavs offense to flow a lot more. James Harden's one of the best passers, like I said. Very good lob threat, being able to throw lobs to Evan Mobley and Jared Allen. Very good in transition, being able to find like that one play with Jared Allen, and then also finding wide open shooters like this. So James Harden does make the Cavaliers offense very elite.